What's up guys, it's Scoopman5000 back for another action figure review, and today, hot off the truck, we got Nightwing from Batman Hush, coming to us from MAFEX. We've looked at a couple of these now, most recently the Huntress, and then further back was Catwoman, and now here's another member of the family, Nightwing. And this is one of the more exciting ones. Nightwing, a character, in terms of 6-inch figures, I can't really think of much coming to mind. I'm sure there's some old Mattels, but I'm sure this is going to be exciting for a lot of people, more than a lot of the other Hush releases even. Let's take him out the package, and let's look at Dick. I do want to point out, you get some great Jim Lee artwork of Batman Hush over here, but it's actually not removable. And here is Nightwing out of the packaging. We'll start out with the hands. On the figure, we got fists, and then we get some grippy hands that are going to come in handy. We got some karate chopping hands. Got some wide open, splayed out, and then we do get a bit more of a relaxed open hand. We also got two different heads, the one on the figure, and then you know me, I love a good expression with some teeth, mid-fight expression for Nightwing. We of course get Nightwing's two Eskrima sticks, the classic weapon of Nightwing. I always picture these as blue because of the old Lego figure. You also get a set of them attached with a rope, and then really cool, not one but two different effect hands here. So there actually is another set of hands for this spinning Nightwing stick movement here. And I already saw somebody on Instagram make it like Nightwing on the drums, which was really cool. And then the accessory I didn't really know about that surprised me, he's got a whole ass back plate. Now this is some true MAFEX attention to detail. Now I'm used to on my Nightwing toys just having the clips in the back, but MAFEX does give you the option. You can have the smooth or you can have the clips. Not necessary feature, but it is appreciated. And that leaves us with Dick Grayson Nightwing. Nightwing has had a couple of different designs, but this is the best one in my opinion. And I said this in one of my Hush related videos, this was the visual identity of Batman media. For a long time in the 2000s, after Batman Hush, everything emulated that. Let's start up at the head sculpt. And I think really the only thing that's going to differentiate this as a Jim Lee Nightwing is that version of the mask that he's got. It's very exaggerated, but otherwise very clean, solid Nightwing design. I am saying that now. Actually, I could see a bit of a sculpt for the V in the chest. So they'd have to swap that out. But everything else is a base body, a nice base body. When we get to that classic logo for Nightwing, everything's clean. Everything's where it should be. And it better be for about $100 worth of figure here. 70 or 80 and you got to import it. And there's that back plate. Let's see how this goes. You just remove it. We got a bunch of pegs. I feel like I just broke something. And there we go. A little bit scary feeling, but you see how that works. You see the guts of Nightwing. You ever want to see the inside of Dick? Here you go. Pop that back in. So yeah, I gotta say, I like the proportions of this. It's athletic and muscular, but it's got a V shape that Nightwing would have with the acrobatics. And then we go down and solid black for the leggings, the overall tights design. But over here, you see at the boots, it's kind of like an extra little wrinkle or flap that's going over the hinge. I think that's to hide the hinge on the side, but it's honestly throwing something off for me. Like that just makes the silhouette, it just adds one extra shape that I don't think it needs. I always think of the Nightwing suit, and really most superhero suits, as just skin tight all the way down to the feet even. That being said, it is all the way down there. This guy's going to be standing next to other figures, and 99% of them looks great. Very well executed, simple, elegant design, like a lot of figures we've been looking at recently, but the execution's where it matters, and MAFEX, they're executing. Now we're going to look at some articulation. I'd imagine it's pretty good just based on the promo shots. So we got a head and a neck looking that far up, and then down even better. Any kind of rotation that you need, Nightwing can do it. I will say, it looks like Dick's got some girth on his neck there. Then we're going to get to the shoulders. Kind of a drop down. Oh yeah, definitely a drop down. You just got to work it a bit. Big cap in the middle and a joint down here. So that's going to allow for a pretty good range of motion. We got the bicep cut, the double elbow, and MAFEX does a decent job making it articulate but also keeping the look. So you're not going to go all the way, but it does look natural. Joint at the wrist is going to do what you want. Torso's on the double ball, so back that much, forward, and all kinds of tilt. Leg has a little bit of drop down, kick back, and you already knew he wasn't going to kick back because Dick is known for his cakes. Look it up, I promise. Got the upper kick, which is much better. The leg back in and go sideways or maybe drop it. Actually not very good compared to other figures we've looked at recently. Double knee, not quite go all the way back. These calf muscles on them. Joint at the ankle and a toe hinge. Alright, and that's going to do it for Dick. So now let's do some Dick comparisons. And here we go. We got a 6-inch Dick and a 7-inch Dick. Now this one is from McFarlane DC. Now this is the OG, all the way back in January 2020, the beginnings of the McFarlane line. Of course, there was the New 52 version, and then there was the Gotham Knights version, but that whole wave's kind of dog shit looking, and they're in a bin somewhere. Now there's also a new Nightwing coming out from a Build-A-Figure wave. I haven't gotten that wave yet. But I still think this is the best one, so here's the best 7-inch and the best 6-inch Dick you can get on the market. But here he is where he belongs, next to the main characters of Hush, Tommy Elliot, and Batman. Now Batman basically is the same height as Nightwing here. I would say usually Nightwing is shorter than Batman in most media, so this might bother you a little bit. I'm looking at him, I mean maybe the chest is a bit higher here. He's a little bit taller, but I think for some people, they're going to want their Batman to be much taller. About a head taller in a lot of cases. But MAFEX seems like they're sticking pretty consistent with all their male figures. And here's Dick with some of the ladies of Batman Hush. We got Catwoman, Selena Kyle, and the Huntress we just took a look at. And I think this works. I like this height of Nightwing next to some ladies. He also looks great next to Harley Quinn and the Joker from the same line. And I don't have the Hush Superman, but I'll do you one better. Here he is with the Dark Knight, Frank Miller style, and Cyborg Superman. And here he is with the man, the myth, the legend, the OG, Lego Nightwing. And that is going to do it for the MAFEX Hush Nightwing. Another solid release, as per usual with the DC line from MAFEX. I really love building out this Hush collection. I'm glad I went in and bought all the ones previous, other than Superman, that I didn't own. And once I finally get these guys set up on a shelf, it's going to be pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited. The Hush line, I think, is going to come to a close. We're going to get Poison Ivy soon. But we're moving on to great things. We got Nightfall coming up. Are you kidding me? The Bane, the Batman, give me all that stuff. Reign of the Superman is still kicking. I got Steel coming in any day. Not to mention the live action stuff. So MAFEX DC, I think honestly, especially if you're someone who doesn't like the McFarlane, I love McFarlane personally. I know people don't like it. MAFEX DC is where it's at. You're getting the classic looks. The iconic stories. I like that they're actually based on particular artists, particular stories. But at the same time, this is Nightwing. You can stick them anywhere. They scale well. They play well. They got great accessories. Can't recommend it enough. I'm going to leave it off with some Dick pics at the end of this video. You can see my whole library of action figure photography over on Instagram, Scoopman_5000. You can also check out my second channel. We're going to be talking DC and Marvel movies. And I'll see you guys in the next action figure review.